it's Jenny from Missouri Star Quilt Company. We have a fun tutorial for you today. We're going to show you how to make continuous binding using the Simple Easy Bias Ruler by Susan Brown. It has the hinge in the middle. You unfold it. You start with a 1/2 yard piece of fabric and you're going to open that up. Lay it straight out like this. You're going to lay your bias ruler on it and match up your corners. And draw your lines on. This time, instead of cutting, we're going to draw our lines right on here. I'm using a charcoal pencil because that shows up on camera, but there are all kinds of wonderful marking tools that you can use. So you're going to draw your lines all the way along here, and when you get to the end, as far as you can go right here, you're going to cut this corner off. And we've done that here. Okay, so we've made these marks here, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take this corner here, and we're going to bring this up here to this pencil line right here. We're going to offset it one strip, and the important thing right here is that these little lines inside are going to cross, and basically what we're making is a tube. This looks a little confusing, but you can see right here, see where these two lines come together? They're going to cross right here at the top. And you want to put those together at the cross, and you're just going to sew a straight seam along here. And let's make sure we got a little cross going on right there. See how those cross over? And then we'll sew this all together in a long tube. As soon as we pin these all on here, got another little, make sure our lines are lined up. And this will give us a continuous binding that's already pieced together. So nice. All right, let's go sew this over at the sewing machine. This is going to look a little bit goofy because of, you know, how you have to pin it and how you have to make that tube. But you just pin it so these little seams cross, and then we're just going to sew straight along there. We're going to take these pins out as we come to them. I'm using white thread so that you can see it here. Just 1/4 of an inch in. You just kind of want to curve this around as you come to it. Alright, there we go. Alright, now all we've got to do is trim it. And we're going to trim it on these lines right here. So let's go into the cutting table.
Ready, go.
So here's our seam, and it's you know, not like a straight tube, but the lines are on the middle. So let's flip this inside out, or right side out actually. And you can see how that makes a tube. And you can see our starting point right here. We're going to turn this over, and we're just going to cut now on this line. And we're just going to keep cutting and going around and around. And this is going to make us a wonderful continuous binding. It's already seamed together. Keep flipping that tube. There we go. Here we come to our first seam right here. Look at that. You see how this is happening? This is pretty magic. Okay, so as you're cutting, you'll notice mine aren't exactly perfect, but that's all right. You're going to fold it in half, and when you put your binding on anyway, that'll all be caught up in a seam. And we're almost to the end here. There we go. This is just a really fast, fun way to make a really nice binding. We got one more. It'll be fun to see how much we get out of a 1/2 yard. Alrighty. Well, that's it for us right there. Let's measure and see how much we got. We got a pretty good piece here. Let's see. Well, there's 100. 200 inches of binding, continuous bind. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial from the Missouri Star Quilt Company.